Hey, John. I think with some, there may be an assumption that Nate was coming in from Bucknell, veteran voice in the locker room. I don't know how much else was expected. I'm just wondering how much he's playing his way into playing time on the court.
Well, I had 3 people stop me on the way in who were basketball people and said, that kid works so hard and has so much energy and talks. He's going to play himself into minutes, and he is. I tried to say that he's a little bit like Derek Willis, where you can stretch out that guy. He's a big guy that you can stretch the court with, but he has a little more physical presence. Derek was longer, but he can do that for us. Our guard play was fairly good. I mean, look, it is what it is, but randomness of the game. Some guys played better than others. Some guys showed some stuff, but I'll watch the tape and figure some stuff out. We'll do probably tape work on Sunday.
Go with Jerry on the left.
John, how did you feel about Emmanuel playing with purpose and
Played good.
confidence?
He played good. I mean, you're all seeing what I've been telling you, that he's not even the same guy he was a year ago. And it's because he's freed up his mind. There's less anxiety. He's in better condition. He's stronger. He has a better idea of what we do and what we want him to do. It was good.
Kyle here on the right.
Cal, you guys added a big man from the baseball team today. Just wanted to get some thoughts on how much you needed another body, I guess, I think.
Yeah, what we figured out is we're fine unless someone gets hurt, and then we need 1 or 2 more guys. Zan and Dante are both out right now, and so we said, why don't we add Michael Jordan to our team? So we couldn't get him, so we took Ben Jordan. And he's 6'9", and he's got a great way about him, a great disposition. And I keep telling EJ, as soon as he gets a little bit in better shape, he's going to be dunking on you. But he's big. He's 6'9". He's long-armed. He's got pretty good basketball savvy, feel. He's the leading rebounder and shot blocker in his school's history, like 8th leading scorer in the school's history. So he's basketball, obviously, really good baseball player.
Go here in the middle.
Coach, wanted to ask about Nick Richards. Just how comfortable did he look? How confident do you think he was today, just from what you saw on the court?
He was better. Now, in the end, he got tired, and then he kind of reverted, and it just told him that it shows you what you have to do. I told the guys after, look, I'm going to learn about you, but you got to learn about yourself, too. Some of you guys have to know the way I'm trying to get you to play. You fought it a little bit, and you turned it over and lost balls and missed shots. You got to understand that you have to look at it and don't blame anybody. Look within and say, okay, I got to do this a little different. We had some guys that are just flowing with it and trying to do the right stuff. And I'll be honest with you, they all look pretty good for that setting. With us, like the zone offense looked bad. You know why? Because we put it in yesterday. 3 out, 2 in. How about that zone offense? We didn't have anything else we went with. We didn't. So there were times that didn't look real good, and it kind of slowed us down. But
Go back to Jerry on the left.
John, how much does something like tonight, how well does that translate into what's going to happen in the regular season?
well, you don't know. But here's what it does: you get the kids smell popcorn. They got numbers on their backs, and there's people in the seats. Now we had some guys that missed a lot of shots. They've been making shots, but smell the popcorn, numbers on your back, people in the seats. It's a little different. I got on Tyrese. He bank missed a free throw. Are you kidding me? You bank missed that free throw. Nah, it just came off I don't know what it came off. You bank missed a free throw. And again, these kids are excited. You could see that they're together. I mean, if you watch them on the court, they are. And we got to get a couple more guys at the level that Nate is playing at, intensity-wise. Just be more intense, be more tough. Go after balls. We will look at rebound attempts. We're going to have some guys in the 50s, 50%. You didn't even try. How are you going to rebound? And they'll be able to learn from this. That's what this becomes. It's about learning. And like I said, we really did not run anything. We didn't. It was more of a random, some pick and rolls, some elbows, some throwing it ahead, swinging it, trying to post it some.
Go with John on the right.
Hey John, it was great seeing the alumni back this weekend. It's obvious you realize the importance of having them back to the tradition of the program. This past summer when there was that little dust up, were you upset about
Dust up.
about this or that player feeling uncomfortable about coming back?
I didn't know that. Was I supposed to know that?
Who are you talking about?
I'm not here in the summer, so I don't know what they said and doing. But anyway,
Yeah.
somebody said they weren't comfortable coming back?
Yeah, coming back to practice.
I've done this a long time, and the former coaches and former players know. Now, if there's a reason you're mad because of somebody else, they're making you mad, I can't do anything about that. But me personally, we're gonna have 500 people at practice tomorrow, and they're gonna be alums. So it's not an issue with us and our team in this program. But, I would tell you, every player that has played here, I just was in there with Reggie and his wife, Reggie Warford. They know that I'm here if I can help, if you want to come to practice, but this is, sometimes you realize it's about these players now. That's sometimes hard, but, they're always welcome here.
Yeah, that's got to be just so hard to coordinate. I mean, it's obviously a priority in your mind to have these guys back.
Well, most of it's handled by Dwayne or people in my office. It's hard for me to do it personally, but I think that everyone knows my stance in this, and we're going to do whatever we can. This program, when you talk family, and you have to understand now, I've said from day one, this program did not start with me. Like, okay, it only became a program when I came here. And I never was that way, I haven't been. This program started with Coach Rupp, who coached here 45 years and then went to another great one, Coach Joe B. Hall, who's a dear friend, who was in practice 3 days ago, came in. And I'm kind of like, this seat, I rent this seat. This is not me. I just happen to be this guy in line. And I've always felt that way about every job I've had. Didn't start with me, whether it was Jack Gleeman at UMass, whether it was Gene Bartow at Memphis. So, but I didn't know that. Hopefully, I'll ask more questions in the back about who, what, where, why.
Cal, quite a few three-point shots tonight. Maybe not by design this early on, but what have you noticed from the team with the new three-point line and the spacing and how they've kind of taken to that?
Well, Johnny missed all four, and we're expecting him to make shots. And I told him he's flat-footed. You can't shoot him flat-footed. You got to jump. You got to shoot the same way every time. And that means go meet the ball and let it go. Tyrese missed some shots. So when you talk those two being one for whatever they were, that's not good for us. Now, we're not a team that wants to shoot 33s, but when you look at the combined threes, we shot 41, which is, it's all our guys, 20 and 20. 41 is not bad. And then we went to the zone and we started moving it more, but we will shoot some threes from our bigs, especially Nate, because he can do it.
Back to Jerry and then Keith.
John, how does it strike you that there's a full house for Madness, which is more of a show, and yet tonight is basketball more so, and there's a lot of empty seats?
Geez, I thought there were 13,000 and our students weren't here. I will say this, if you go around the country and say at your home games, you would average 13,000, there's about 250 programs that say, let me sign on the dotted line. And this is an exhibition against ourselves when I thought we may be playing 4-on-4 because of the injuries. because I couldn't get Ben to play. He didn't start practicing with us. So this is crazy. I mean, they paid to see us scrimmage. This wasn't people just walking off the street now. They had to pay to get a ticket to come to the game, and 13,000 come. Only here could that happen. Only here.
Go Keith and end it with Kyle.
Coach, how do you think Ashton played tonight?
Thought he played good. He's got a better feel. He's shooting the ball better. His decision making is good. He's trying to get people involved. You can talk to him. He understands things. I had to go out in the court one time with Tyrese because there are things that he was doing that we hadn't talked about, and I didn't want him to keep doing some different things. But Ashton, I thought did good.
End it with Kyle on the right.
Cal, did you bring Ben in, work him out, get a good look to have an idea of whether he can?
No, I figured out he was a former high school basketball player, and and he was 6'9". I said, and we need another big guy. We're one short. Brendan, it's not fair for him to go inside and have to be playing against Nick and Nate, and it's just not.
And have you guys figured out what to do in the spring when baseball starts up?
He's a baseball player. I wish it was like high school rules where 2 or 3 days a week we could scrimmage, because I have enough guys for that. Like bring in another team and let's scrimmage, and let's go this weekend and scrimmage, and I'd be fine with the numbers. The problem is, if you know me, I like to go competitive, and it's 5-on-5. And so we've been doing 4-on-4. Not all bad for this team because there's still habits they got to break, and they're going to have to figure out. But
All right, guys, going today.